All right. Here we go.
10 seconds.
All right, we are live, and we are attending the Summer Games Fest. I'm joined by Adam Vjestica. Adam, how you doing today?
I'm good. I'm really excited for what we're going to see.
Great. Yeah, same. You never know what's going to be there. They've been downplaying expectations, but we'll see what's at the Summer Games Fest. So let's tune in right now, and I will switch to that feed right there. So we're all watching it, all on one screen.
Amazing.
So, yeah, let's blast this out on Twitter.
And here we go. Hello, everybody. I'm Jeff Keighley.
Jeff looks excited.
Right? Yeah, he prepares all year for this, or half the year at least.
The wide world of video games.
That's looking great.
Here in Los Angeles, whether you're streaming from home or watching inside an IMAX theater, welcome to our show.
Are people really watching this at IMAX?
Over the next few hours, we'll
Yeah, you can buy tickets for it, believe it or not.
Pretty cool.
And yes, have a few
I've still never been to an IMAX, believe it or not.
No?
No, there's like 2 in the UK, it feels like. Well, there's like 100 in London, but there is one near me now, so I'm going to go.
You gotta see Top Gun there, probably.
Yeah, that's the one I've heard. We've got to go and see.
Right. I
I
wonder how many games they're going to show off. Over, under 7.
7.
That's my my guess.
Just, I think there'll be quite a few. There's
Yeah.
already one that's already leaked beforehand, which was The Last of Us Part 1.
Right. That's good. That's probably a
That'll be
big game.
one. Yeah.
You're not going to get everything today, but we've
Huh?
got a
Street
lot
Fighter
of
6?
great stuff. So let's get started. Over 30 years ago, Capcom's Street Fighter hit arcades, and ever since, this legendary Japanese fighting game series has continued to evolve.
All the
Street
characters
Fighter
like
6
leaked
is coming in
beforehand, so this
Right
might not be
now,
a surprise.
we're
But
excited to
That's
officially
true.
Gameplay will be.
coming to the game and show you the exclusive first gameplay footage. Enjoy.
this looks good though. I'm on board with the art style. I didn't really like Street Fighter V's massive. Well, they've still got quite big feet here, but it's not as bad as it was.
So I think I said this to you before, but I've taken a snooze on a lot of fighting games, and this one,
Yeah.
just coming back to it, looks really, really good.
Does, doesn't it? I like how it's using the RE engine as well, so it's Capcom's own engine, and it looks really nice.
That's what it must be. It's like it's a big upgrade over like last generation fighting
Yeah.
games.
Still never seen anyone with that haircut in real life. It looks very difficult to maintain.
That is like early 90s style of video game character that has not died.
Yeah.
The logo's controversial, though.
It's not great, is it?
No, it's because it's not classic.
Yeah.
But the game looks great, so other than that,
Of the cone. All right, next it's time for a brand new game announcement.
At least it's not
Summer Game
exclusive to
Fest.
one console like Street Fighter 5 was, because that was just kind of weird.
that's a difference maker. It's hard for third parties to do that these days.
Mm.
Okay.
Sergeant Leo Alvarez of the CM-Leth Recon Squad. Our mission was to enter the Tantalus base, locate the ComSat relay, and bring it back online. We found the relay, but there was a problem.
Get that door closed now.
This looks like aliens. Is it aliens?
Close that gate. Nothing gets in here.
Good question.
Ray didn't make it.
Releases of one piece.
Willis, take the lead.
What we found was a new kind of evil. And it found us first.
Yeah, it's alien.
This wasn't human.
Who's making this is the question.
They just released that Fire Team Elite, I think it was called.
Okay.
I'm guessing, is this an expansion to that, maybe? It looks similar in terms of like output. And that wasn't bad, actually. It was kind of fun.
Hold that door, Sergeant! Son of a...
That was a studio called Cold Iron
I know
Studios.
what I saw in there. But I know when I close my eyes, I still see it.
That's still such like an amazing design, the alien xenomorph thing.
Right?
Just timeless. Like, you know, some films you look back and you're like, that's not gonna hold up at all, but that just holds up. It's amazing. Aliens Dark Descent.
Okay.
I think maybe it is a separate game then. Yes, it is. Wow, okay. More alien games. That'll please an ex-colleague of mine.
Nice. Next year.
That was Alien
I feel like
Dark Descent
a lot of games being
2023
announced
to
are going to be
console
next year.
and PC. Next, 2 years ago at the Game Awards, we revealed the Callisto Protocol.
Raw.
The creative forces behind the Dead Space franchise.
That's the first time I've ever heard raw gameplay, I think. It's just gameplay.
Raw gameplay
Yep.
alongside its creator, Glenn Schofield. But
Raw
first, here's the
gameplay.
quote-unquote Schofield cut of the brand new
I think there are too many fakers out there these
trailer
days.
for Gore.
Yeah.
They have to come up with new terms.
This is the Callisto Protocol,
All right.
which looked very good in the state of play. So it'll be interesting to see if it looks that good in gameplay.
Take a look outside. Did you know that they call Callisto the Dead Moon? Dead. Just like you would have been if I hadn't fished you out of that wreck. So whatever you're holding on to right there,
This is the same trailer so far, I think.
that's your old life. You gotta let that go. Because your new life is entirely in my hands.
Oh, you've mastered the audio. Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, good
Surprised.
work.
I'm shocked.
Yeah, I thought we'd be on mute or something. That's what usually
Right.
happens with my stream.
I know. It's so many things that can go wrong. So
Yeah.
thank you, Shen.
That always helps if someone can confirm that.
Right?
I just love that last part.
Yeah, this is exactly the same trailer that we've already seen, but why not show it off again?
If you haven't seen it, it's new to you.
True, true.
That was used to be like an old NBC slogan.
Oh, really?
Back in the day, they used to have repeats during the summer. It's
Okay.
like, and that was their idea of like rerunning sitcoms. That was their slogan. But now there are no repeats. They just put on new shows that usually aren't very good.
December 2nd. We already knew that as well.
Think that's
There we
actually
go.
gonna come out December 2nd? Like, I feel like a lot of games that are slated for December at this time frame are ones that
That's
could
right. We know
easily
what
slip
you're
into next year just to get more
Joining me
time.
now, Glenn Schofield.
Yeah.
This is Glenn. First of all, congratulations. This game looks absolutely incredible. And I gotta say, the fact that you have built this team, this studio, new IP, shipping this December, all in COVID, blows me away. So congratulations.
Yeah, thanks, man. Thanks for having us. I really do appreciate it, Jeff. And for a second, just give me a second. I want to thank you for all you've done for the game industry all these years, man. I think
Good
it's
pandering.
16, 17
Yeah.
years now. And you've been an
Okay.
ambassador. You've amplified.
I was gonna say it's literally not about Jeff, but okay.
Yeah.
I just wanted to thank you. I really do appreciate it.
Thank you. It's not about me, it's about you guys.
Yeah, I know, but
I appreciate
That's
that.
fine.
Thank you so much. And yeah, it's so fun to do these shows and to show this game. So people saw the trailer, but what I'm so excited today is that you just brought a raw gameplay sequence. This game is in development, and people are going to be
What'd you think
blown
of the
away when they
jacket?
see it, but tell us a bit about what are we going to see today?
yeah, we
This
got
guy's
10
jacket?
minutes of,
Yeah.
like I said, like raw gameplay.
It's,
two segments in the first half of the
I'm not
game.
feeling it.
One is a med bay, another one is a power station, and you're going
He could do better.
Some brutality, some just about everything. We're showcasing a new weapon called the grip. It's
Everybody
like a
wants a,
gravity gun that picks up the enemies and it shoves them into giant.
Everybody
fragments.
wants
It rips
Last
them
of
apart.
Us
It's great.
feeling in the chat.
And then check out
Yeah,
the,
that's gonna
Watch
come
my chat.
for sure.
nice ending,
Right.
where we, we usually will kill our main character Jacob, and in a very unique way. And just for a second, I want to thank the team, man. Like you said, through COVID, through everything else, the dedication, the hard.
Yeah, all the games we're seeing are like
amazing. Thank you very much.
developed during COVID, probably conceived right before
You
COVID,
guys are shipping
Yeah.
and developed right
like
during COVID.
world-class
So
next-gen
interesting
game.
turn of events that
It's rare
teams are
that
working
teams bring
remotely for the
something
most
like
part on
this
all these
year,
games.
and let's let the footage
That, yeah,
speak
that's
for itself.
that's
There's no
amazing
field,
because
striking distance. Here it
I think
is,
there's a lot
first
of jobs
gameplay of
that I just
Callisto
can't
Protocol.
imagine doing fully remote, and that would probably be one of them.
Right.
Like I wouldn't even know how you'd make that work, but I know Microsoft have brought in a lot of like cloud gaming, cloud computing to help the development cycles. Okay, yeah, it's very Dead Space vibe.
Yes. I can confirm this game looks better than his jacket.
Yes, I agree.
Low bar, but still.
They should put that on the back of the box.
Look, that's a good testimonial.
It is.
And then later on, they should come out with an in-game purchase that you can buy the jacket.
Oh, don't give them two good ideas. That's a
right?
great one.
That give them $10. It's like horse armor right there. Some Bethesda horse armor,
That's a great show.
right?
You've played the game, now wear a
Right.
jacket. Yeah, I like the animations. Ooh, he's ragdolling all over the place. I think he's dead.
You always think that, but you know.
You do always think that, yeah. Dead Space was horrible for that. You just walk past things and then it just come
Right.
alive again. Oh. Full body armor on, something now. Okay, that's kind of cool. This is good. Oh. Okay. That's not good.
Oh my god. That just
Call of
happened.
Duty again.
All right, moving on. This October, Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 arrives. Infinity Ward is once again returning to its roots for a modern-day action game, and today we're about to show you the world premiere of its gameplay with a level playthrough. To tell us more, let's head to the Port of Long Beach to check in with Johanna Ferris, the head of Call of Duty.
Hi everyone. In 2019, Modern Warfare changed everything. And on October 28th, we usher in a new era of Call of Duty with the launch of Modern Warfare 2. We are back, we are bigger, and we are bringing the entire team. Price.
It's the last one for a little while. Aren't they taking a year off next year?
And of course, Ghost. We needed
I'm not sure. I know they've had like every single studio Activision Blizzard basically like working on this, which is mad.
Cargo ships and
Yeah, hopefully that's good
staggering
news.
odds are just the beginning. Here is Modern Warfare 2.
Yeah, I don't think Vanguard was that well received.
Wasn't well regarded. No, sorry.
Nice. No, it works.
Terrible.
Like, credit to Call of Duty. Like, it used to get a lot of flack for just looking... You know, it used a really, like, old version of the Quake engine, I think,
Yes.
back in the day. And it never looked that great, and then they really stepped it up.
Right.
Like, visually, it does look, you know, it's right up there now.
Clear. Disarm that missile. Be ready for anything. This could be a trap.
I just can't remember the last time I was excited for a Call of Duty. That's my problem. Warzone was pretty fun.
One of the biggest problems is what we spend most of our time in is multiplayer.
Yeah.
And what they always preview is single player, which I love, but it's such short-lived experience.
Yeah.
So, cut right clear through.
Ah, it's a pretty game. Yeah, it's pretty.
Room clear. Coming out.
Shadow 1 moving to the southeast stairwell.
Is this cross-gen? I can't even...
I would hope so.
Yeah.
I don't get companies that sell that as like a $10 add-on.
I think they absolutely will be doing that, knowing Activision. In fact, I think I've read that already, that to get it on last gen, you actually have to buy the double pack. So you have to spend $70.
Right.
Which is... Yeah.
They got to retire that one day. Like, I get it in the beginning of a new console, but
We're moving to the...
it seems like a money grab.
What's your status?
For sure.
Shadow 3 now.
Roger that.
New Call of Duty games on PS5, they do use the DualSense really nicely there. Like the adaptive triggers vibrate like for each gun, which you probably want to turn off online, but for single player it's really nice.
Nice.
Shadow 1, Ghost. Visual on flares coming from the ring. Push your status over. Ghost, they're signaling the ship. They're gonna launch that missile. It's first stage. There's still time. All shadows. Missile is on the helipad. 2-1, we're moving to secure. Cover us. 2 copies off.
I hate that grenade indicator because when you play on the hardest difficulties, you usually just get spammed with grenades like everywhere. And that's all you'd see before you died.
I know Fortnite is completely different, but that's what is really competing for people's attention, especially younger gamers out there. So it's interesting to see like Warzone and Activision try to follow someone else's lead for once.
It is, isn't it? So it's funny how that always shifts. Because at the start it was like Halo, and then it was Call of Duty, and like you say now, yeah, the model that everyone's trying to follow and replicate, not as successfully as Fortnite.
Right.
Thanks. On that damn ship.
Actual, we got a problem. Missile was on the ship.
You have your orders, son. Stop that launch.
Yeah, son.
Let's move out. Go. This is Zero 1 back in the water. Inbound. You in position.
Solid copy. We're taking effective fire. The LZ will be hot.
Roger that. Once we're on deck, push to the bridge. Fast. Secure those controls. Stop this vessel. Yep. How do we board? Take the ramp. Hold tight, Sergeant.
This is going to be a game where you want an HDR TV. I can already tell.
Oh god, yeah.
Missile controls are on the bridge.
And a good pair of headphones or surround sound system.
Right?
Like, don't play this for like just your TV speakers, because they. I think games like this, like the audio is really underrated. If you're just playing it for your TV speakers, it's just not the same.
Totally.
Reloading.
So it's hard to gauge how Call of Duty fans will like respond to something like this,
Yes.
because it's hard to tell. Like, is this doing enough? I know it's like a remake kind of thing, but I
Right.
don't know. It looks impressive to me, but
Oh.
Entry on the third. We have to get to that door. Check your corner.
Watch what you hit us. X-ray done.
Horse right. Zero 1, the missile's prepped for launch. How far are you from the bridge? This is 1. We're pushing towards the entry now.
let's go.
Copy that. They've closed off the bridge entry. Secure the deck and we'll blow the door.
Visual on bridge entry.
Check it. Controls are in turn.
This is the classic Call of Duty moment. Breach a door,
Stand back.
slow motion, and then they cut away. But that's what's going to happen next.
Of course.
And then you take down everyone inside.
Execute.
It's like a script. Right. There you go.
That might be the first one of a few years it'll be launching without any competition.
Now get early access to the open beta. That's what we're talking about. And joining us now, up from Long Beach, Johanna, great to see you. How's everything?
It's great. Thanks.
Great to have you with us, and also Jeff from Infinity Ward. So we saw the first gameplay. Thanks for that extended sequence. Looks incredible. Jeff, tell us a bit about that mission. Where is that set in the game? What are we seeing there?
Absolutely. So, first of all, we're really excited to welcome back Captain John Price and Gaz Garrick. You know, they're not actually in what we just saw today, but they're returning members from 141, and then the other two characters that you may recognize from the older franchise that we're reimagining are Simon Ghost Riley and, of course, Soap John McTavish. And then a couple other new characters in here that we're really excited that we got to create for.
I like
this
her
game.
green matches the green logo.
Yeah, I just realised that.
And,
That's
That's
on
smart.
point. Right?
Yeah, and even the dungarees match the
It's a character we're really
the
excited
white
about. He's a
of the
guy who's
logo.
super capable,
Right.
a guy, who's just as important as
He's
that
got nothing.
141.
He's
He's-
as far as the
yeah.
level's concerned,
No.
you know, this,
Maybe that would be
He's
too
not.
much.
to IW,
He's not on
this
brand.
is a
No.
tremendous collaboration across all of the different
Someone's waiting off stage to
disciplines.
fire
You
him
saw
for
everybody
faux pas.
really motivated devs here, and you know, you saw the wind and the
New water
animations
tech for
and
Call of Duty.
awesome sound design.
That's what
And
we've
of
been
course,
waiting
new
for.
Water tech, which is actually pushing the boat in different directions.
Kinda.
It's creating a physically dynamic environment, allowing for the cover you were seeing. In certain cases, you could be behind cover, and then suddenly that cover would shift and leave you exposed, but it also leaves the enemy exposed, creating this emergent gameplay. So again, I'm very excited. Just can't wait that I'm so excited that we get to show it off today.
And that's just a hint of where things are going to go. Johanna, tell us a bit about Call of Duty overall. Modern Warfare 2, obviously, you know, we're so excited that it's back this year, but you've got lots going on across Call of Duty. What can we expect from you guys this year?
Yeah, we first of all, thanks for having us here. We're just so excited for October 28th. It's such a big moment, not just for Modern Warfare 2 and everything that Jeff and the team at Infinity Ward have built, but it really marks the step change, what we're calling a transformational moment for the entire franchise. You're going to see incredible rendering, incredible graphics, all the things just within the game itself, built all on one shared engine now.
If they don't let you disable cross-platform play, as in stop you having to play against PC players, there's going to be, because you couldn't turn that off.
Right.
Standalone experience of Warzone for current existing players as well. So we're going to sort of feed the entire community there. But all eyes on the 28th. And again, I think the collaboration's just been incredible. Everybody's so excited for Task Force
Mobile.
1. Warzone coming to mobile as well for players on the go. We're on Steam, as you know. I mean, so it's just a big moment.
Yeah, imagine
There's gonna be
PC
a lot
versus
more
mobile.
to come
That's
Before we
like
leave,
shooting
we gotta
practice.
ask a little bit about Warzone 2. I know we just, you know, we're showing gameplay here on this, but can you tell us anything? There's a little bit. It seems like there was a little bit of a tease maybe in the trailer yesterday.
Yeah, when we're seeing that from the community, we love when the fans can pick up some things, some chatter about maybe seeing high-rise and other elements, but we will get into the details of Warzone 2.0 for sure. It will be an extension of the Modern Warfare 2 universe, so all the more reason why we think this game, this moment, is such an important title for all of us, looking ahead. And
I seem confident.
Bold vision around the entire future
good.
of the franchise, so we're in
I mean, that franchise needs a kick in the pants.
Yeah, I agree.
For giving us a first look at the gameplay, Call of Duty, Modern Warfare 2. Thanks, Johanna and Jeff. All right, well, we've got lots more Summer Game Fest still to go, and now it's time to announce a classic PC gaming franchise is coming back with a sequel over 30 years after its first
World
release.
premiere, here we go.
I loved
Yeah.
this game when I was growing up, so I'm honored to share
My
this very
Christ.
first look.
Oh my god. No way. Man, oh. That's a nice little surprise. That looked good. I'm 2022.
Are you familiar with it? I am not familiar with it. 30 years in the making. I should have been.
I didn't play it, but I recognize the character and everything.
Okay.
I think that'll be
Back in 2017,
quite well received.
at the Game Awards. Almost 5 years later, I am so excited. The team at the Astronauts in Poland has put together an in-depth look at the gameplay of this dark fantasy first-person shooter, which will enter early access soon. I am so excited to play this, and I bet you will be too after you see this.
What is this?
It's Bloodborne, but as an FPS. It's just what PlayStation fans always wanted.
Right.
Witchfire. Yeah, it looks okay. I'm not blown away by that by any means.
Right.
Pretty though. I think it's more like Hexen vibes, but not.
That's a good comparison.
Okay, next up comes an ambitious new game from a new
Come on,
independent
Jeff.
studio in Europe.
What have you got for us now?
Very familiar names. Enjoy this world premiere new game announcement.
Officer Taylor, Medlog 29. Today,
Unreal. Okay.
I
Engine.
can't believe what I saw.
Solace, everything okay in there?
Something's going on here,
Troy Baker.
and I need to find out what it is.
There he is.
I think this is all an
That's
appetizer
something
to
brand new, and
Kojima.
Look who it is.
Yeah,
Troy and Roger in person.
This all leads back to him.
This is so
Does.
fun. The fact that you're working on a game together. What a cool team up. Welcome to the show.
Good to be here.
I gotta ask you guys, who are your characters in this game?
Well, I get to play a character named Wyatt Taylor, who's a medical officer who's stationed at this base, Fort Solace. And it's the epicenter of this mystery that we'll discover and uncover as we go through the game. And of course, my character will be at times in opposition with Roger's character.
Battle we've been waiting to see.
Every once in a yeah. Oh man, we can't wait to show you what we've been working on. And by the way, Jeff, this looks awesome, man.
Yeah,
It's
man.
so great to be here. Thanks for having us.
It's so great that you're in another game. I mean, it's feel like this is your first game since Red Dead 2.
One of the first major ones for a while, and I play a character by the name of Jack Leary. He's a maintenance engineer on a remote Martian.
They always have the best
coast.
names, Jack
His
Leary.
job is to make sure that none of the equipment breaks down while it's on their graveyard shift. The graveyard shift meaning Mars and Earth are really far apart from each other, and their orbits around the sun. So help is not a simple call away.
I gotta ask. I think a lot of people will see this thing and they'll probably wonder. You know, it's a new team, right? Independent.
Good
studio
question, Jeff.
That's making this, but with huge production values. I'm curious, like, how did you guys get attached to this? Tell us a bit about the background.
I will say that 2020 to me was the most impactful year for games. It was the first, I mean, obviously we had this unprecedented event with the pandemic, and that forced the way that we looked at everything as a society, but also the way this industry functioned. But it was also brand new consoles. We had more tools that were being made available that were leveling the playing field between like the AAA studios and the indie studios or the AAA studios. And so, just like anybody else, we got reached out. James Tinsdale with this brand new studio said we'd like for you to consider being a part of this game, and he walked me through a very brief description of what the experience was going to be like. And in the very beginning,
Dead Space
he said,
again.
we want this to feel. It's a
And that would be fine if these games were trying to mimic Dead Space, but we are getting Dead Space. So it's kind of like
I'm into that. Absolutely.
getting 3 at once now.
Performance capture and everything.
Yeah.
Absolutely. New studio, brand new energy, and of course, I get to work with one of the best in the business.
And me.
I get the privilege
Who's the other
of getting to see this guy and watch him in action. I love to work, and I love the challenges and all the new innovations that this medium provides to performers. We can't wait to show you what we've been working on. I think it's going to
Yeah, I guess I've seen some of the behind the scenes and the performance capture, Unreal Engine 5. I mean, it looks absolutely phenomenal. Can you give us a hint about the gameplay? Like, what are we going to do in this game?
Yeah, the verbs are always important. So we're going to let the game speak for itself. We'll be showing you more later on. But this is a game where you as the player, you're going to be exploring, you're going to be discovering. Like we said, it's a very tight thriller. So you're moving very fast-paced through this world. There'll be multiple locations, multiple ways for you to traverse, which we're excited to show you about. And then the
They
narrative
paid
is
as
a huge
well,
element
that's all
to
that
this.
translates to.
They didn't waste any resources on the performance for sure. I got to tell one quick story, if I can. That was one of our favorite moments. There is a lot of action in this game, and that was at the forefront of this. And to speak to the performance capture aspect, we brought in an incredible, I gotta give him a shout out to Nathaniel, our stunt coordinator, who walked us through and really approached this in a completely different way than anything I've ever done before. And he says, I want to know the story of this fight. And so Roger and I sat down, we said, these are where our characters are, and he goes, give me 1 hour and I will come back to you with the story of this fight. And after an hour, he comes to us and he goes, it was like a recovery program, it was 12 steps. And he walked us through this incredible fight, and about halfway through it, I started tuning him out, and I was like, hey man, I just want to let you know I've got no ego about this, but I can do a lot of things, but I can't do this. And he grabbed me by my shoulders and he says, oh, you can, you will, and it's going to be glorious.
And we did.
And we
it's
did.
like a dance. There was a lot of trust, and it worked out.
Yeah, I mean,
We're
big,
excited
big
about it.
stunts. Yeah, I mean, this is so cool to see. Is it an independent studio doing this, teaming up with you guys? We can't wait to see more. Troy, Roger, thanks for joining us here.
Happy to be here.
Summer Game
Thank you.
Fest. All right, appreciate it very much, guys. All right, well, next up, keeping up with the space theme, it's time to world premiere a very exciting new game.
Yeah, does the
with
Doom
a
soundtrack.
musical score by industry legend Mick Gordon. This one is going to grab you, and we are so honored to debut it.
Is that a fish? What's those space-themed games, sci-fi games? Okay, that was terrifying. Routine. I look cool.
There we go.
A decade ago, really? I don't
That
remember.
was Routine coming to Xbox and PC. It was first announced at
That's crazy.
and is now officially back. I can't wait to see
I don't recall either.
Now it's time to check
No.
out a very special guest who's been in his
There he is.
video games.
Here he
including
is.
most recently
Oh my god, he's
Fortnite
topless in
as
the gym.
Foundation. Dwayne Johnson, welcome to Summer Game Fest. How are you?
What's up, everybody? And what's up, Jeff? And what is up to the Summer Game Fest audiences live streaming right now around the world and everybody inside the epic IMAX theaters. Dwayne Johnson here, coming at you from my Iron Paradise, the very hot and sweaty and smelly Iron Paradise, powered by, of course, Zoa Energy, the #1 fastest growing energy drink in the game. You guys know
Brilliant
me,
marketing
by
for
a lot
him.
of nicknames.
I like how his gym,
La Roca
his personal
and
gym is bigger than my
Uncle
New York City
Handsome,
gym.
sexy
Yeah.
man alive.
So.
Big drink energy. Always room for a cheesy joke.
We know you.
Extra large cheese pizzas.
And I love The Rock, but this is annoying.
Right.
Uh,
A little
You
much.
guys also know me as the greatest and most electrifying surprise in gaming that happened. You know me as the Foundation. And I gotta tell you guys, #1, thank you so much for the crazy response of me becoming the Foundation, but also, I gotta say that, I've had such a pleasure working
show.
with Epic Games and the teams over there, and we cannot wait to show you what we have in store for the future.
I said he was going to plug that.
In the future, you will also know me as Black Adam. Black Adam, as millions of you know around the world who know the Black Adam mythology,
He is ruthless. He is unstoppable. And for those who don't, I always like to say a quick tutorial is this. Black Adam has the powers of Superman, but the only difference, well, there's a few differences, but one of the biggest differences is Superman's weakness is magic, and Black Adam's, one of his superpowers, is magic.
This is a great plug for The Rock, this.
October 21st, I cannot wait for you guys to see Black Adam around the world in theaters only. And you guys will finally see the hierarchy of
So he's
power
plugged 2 things so far.
the DC Universe
Yeah.
has changed. It has been an honor to become Black Adam, and it is a role that's in my DNA and that I was born to play. I was born to play the Man in Black.
I mean, at least
I'm
this isn't
honored to show it to you guys on October 20th.
this isn't Jeff Keighley plugging Doritos. So
Stay healthy.
Yes.
Stay safe. Stay focused. Keep having fun. Keep kicking ass.
Yeah, he won't make
enjoy
that
your
mistake
gaming,
again.
and I'll see you down the road.
it is one of my favorites. It's great.
Yeah. Oh, so now we're actually getting a Black Adam trailer now. Okay.
What have your powers ever given to you? Nothing but heart.
Is this DC or is this Marvel or who knows?
DC.
I was a
Is it
slave
DC?
until I died.
Of course, yeah, because Superman's DC.
It has James Bond in it from GoldenEye.
Yeah. Still the best James Bond for me. Pierce Brosnan.
I agree with
You
that.
can be the destroyer of this world, or you can be its savior. That's up to you.
Behind you! Did he just catch a rocket? He caught a rocket.
I won't be seeing a superhero film for a long time.
Right?
There's just so many. I managed to get a plug-in for Outriders. Remember that game?
I do.
It wasn't that bad a game. It just took far too long for the content to come, and I think a lot of people have just moved on, as you do.
Yep. Gonna mute for a second just in case this song is copyright.
That's fair.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel like they're bringing back so many things that I like. Flashback 2, for example, completely passed me by that there was a Flashback game. So.
And I believe that is a paid expansion. Yes, it is.
Oh, okay.
So, you know, if you picked up the game on Game Pass, I suppose if you're having a lot of fun with it there, and then you're like, okay, I'll buy the expansion, but...
Right.
I don't know. I can't see myself. Switch.
That really halves the audience, right?
Yeah.
Oh.
Wow, okay. Is this how Nintendo are doing their presents this year?
I guess so.
Oh my god.
Oh, it is. Splatoon 3.
Yeah.
Who knew we were in for Nintendo Direct?
Wow.
Thank you for gracing us with your presence for 5 seconds, Nintendo.
Mm-hmm. Got a nice check for that, and then they can leave. Hey Chris. Chris said hey in the chat.
Hey Chris, how you doing?
Fall Guys is getting free to play, isn't it? On June 25th or something? First, I never get the days right.
That was so fun to see Courage and Ray in that Fall Guys piece, and you can play and download Fall Guys for free starting June 21st across all platforms, including Nintendo Switch, Xbox, PC, and PlayStation. All right, back to another new game announcement. We're going to announce a brand new game and universe from a new team of legendary developers. Check this out.
Who's at Frost Giant Studios? Independent game development studio in Orange County, California.
Discovery, this is Command. Storm's in your back. Here for extraction.
Signal's breaking up. Command, I'll do one last scan. See you soon. Over.
About 18 hours ago, they teased RTS Return, so real-time strategy, baby?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Now we're talking. Command, I may be onto something.
Founded by Blizzard veterans.
Ooh.
So I'm getting some, hopefully I'm getting some StarCraft vibes.
I didn't want to say that, but if that's what it is, damn.
It's a series that's been sorely neglected over at Blizzard, so...
Yeah.
Give me some Zerg.
I have it, Command. Repeat, I have it. Mission accomplished.
I wonder if their name, Frost Giant Studios, is like a callback to Blizzard. They're staying with the cold theme.
The MGS remake, Drew. I would love to see it.
Right?
I don't know if we will. But that would be a Megaton announcement if they did that.
I agree.
Very cool CGI trailer.
Glad you could make it.
We gotta move. Now. There's a storm coming.
Not raw gameplay footage.
Not raw gameplay.
Hell's coming with it.
Pre-cooked.
Alright, it's called Stormgate.
Impossible to tell what that's going to be like with just a CGI trailer.
Exactly.
There you have it. Tim, congratulations. Stormgate is real. We have a name and some details. So, first of all, congratulations on this announcement. We're so excited about the return of RTS.
I think they just took two words and just said,
yeah,
that sounds right.
So Stormgates are portals that open during a massive solar storm that unleash the infernal host on future Earth.
Okay. And we saw some hints of some. I mean, you know, you guys coming from Blizzard and StarCraft, everyone wants to know about races.
So this is,
you know, tell us about the size.
by the sounds of it, like you said,
yeah, we're
spiritual successor
our first two factions today.
StarCraft.
There will be more.
So
the human
I couldn't ask for anything more.
We saw
which is nice.
From the human
you know?
resistance in,
Jeff came through for me.
Intro cinematic, and then also the infernal hosts, who are these demon-like monsters who come from another world.
I think one
So
thing
the
everyone wants to know
Wolverine
about this
game,
was your
Lee,
background pedigree
is
of the team.
2023, I
Where do
believe,
you
isn't
wanna
it?
push the RTS
Back
genre?
end
Something we've all loved for
2023.
decades.
So they got,
Indiana
like, opportunities
Jones,
for a lot of innovation.
I'm
I know
not
you're
sure
gonna
on,
show us, I think,
to be
some
honest. That
hints
was
of
only
where you're gonna
teased
go
a while back. I'm
image-wise
not
with
sure
the
if that
actual
even
gameplay
has
made
a
in Unreal Engine,
TBC
but
or
any sense
anything.
of what you want to do for the
Yeah,
gameplay
that-
in this game?
Absolutely.
I feel like that's even further
the
out.
First thing I want to say is we are very consciously trying to stay true to what players already love about RTS. Where we're really trying to push the genre and be
Yeah, we don't even have any
first
sort
off,
of
approachability. For one thing, we're free to play.
time frame. I mean, earliest
no
would be
win,
2023,
no
but
NFTs, nothing
it's
like
probably not
that,
going to happen.
just to lower that barrier to entry to get players in.
Well, Wolverine,
We're also
knowing
really trying to be a
Insomniac
lot
games,
more
they're
social.
just
we'll be
so
able to
good
play the
that I wouldn't be
campaign
surprised if they
cooperatively.
could suddenly
We've
be
got
like, yeah,
3-player
here it is.
open-ended co-op, and we've even got 3 versus 3 for.
I mean, when the
competitive
PS5
multiplayer,
launched,
but of course,
they made
we've
Miles
also
Morales,
still got 1v1.
Spider-Man Remastered,
And as a little
and then
surprise,
Ratchet.
I
It's
think
like,
that's
how are
the
they
first,
how are they even doing that?
work in
It's
progress
just
images,
short
from the
space of
gameplay.
time. It's crazy.
Yeah, these are
They're a
still
small team
very
too. I
much
mean,
still,
like,
yeah, they're not one of the
being
biggest.
worked on,
Right.
Shots of
Which is
actual
amazing.
assets that we're building in Unreal Engine 5.
Wow, well, I love it. 2023, you said, for the beta, so people can sign up now, get ready, and I'm just so thrilled that there is a brand new RTS franchise coming from you guys and your background.
I got to go
with,
visit
you know, Blizzard and StarCraft. We're so
Insomniac
excited about this team, Frost
back
Giant.
in the day.
So much
Yeah, I
for
lived like
giving
in
us your
California,
announcements for
so
the Summer Game
they were
Fest.
close,
Thank
and
you
they were
so much
showing
for
off a
having us.
game,
Awesome.
and it
All right,
wasn't.
Frost Giant, Stormgate, keep an eye out for
It wasn't
Now it's time
Overwatch.
for another indie game announcement.
It
It
I'm
wasn't
excited
Team
to share
Fortress
with you.
Classic. It was something
Highwater.
along
Check
those
this one
lines,
out.
though. I forget what it was.
Good morning, Highwater.
It wasn't the one of
dwellers.
their
Highwater
best.
Pirate Radio,
It was Fuse, right?
With Alphaville. Alphaville
May-
authorities
yes,
continue
I
to
think
deny
so.
false rumors
Yeah.
that Alphaville elites
Yeah,
are
that was
planning
one of
to
their
evacuate to Mars.
rare
True or
misses.
not, the one thing we can't deny.
And I think it was one of their few multi-format games, and then they kind of just went back to doing PlayStation stuff.
Yep.
And then they were bought by Sony, so now they're only PlayStation.
So imagine going to the developer that made Spyro and Ratchet and Clank, and you're like hyped. You're like something new, and then it's not one of the two franchises. But
That's a blow.
right.
Yeah.
Like, oh man.
Get to 343 to see Halo, and then you get there and it's like, here's our new racing game. Like, what? Don't give me that.
You go to Rare. Here's Viva Pinata.
Yeah. Which was eventually good, but still you would be like, what the hell?
Right. Highwater.
What a breathtaking trailer. Highwater is an adventure strategy game set in a world ravaged by extreme climate change. Now, speaking of the world around us, the conflict in Ukraine is not far from anyone's
This
mind.
looked
and its
really
impact on
good
the
last
development of
time.
Games, including Replaced from Sad Cat Studios, a
Replaced,
Belarusian studio
okay.
with devs from
Ah, yeah, that
Belarus
makes
and
sense.
Ukraine. The team had long hoped to reveal a new trailer here today, but were understandably unable to complete it in time.
Wow.
Guys, I just want to say we're thinking of you and all the developers
That's
impacted
fair,
by the
isn't it?
conflict,
I mean,
and hope to be able to
I can't
show
even
your work
imagine.
at a future show.
It's be horrendous.
All right, our next game is an official selection
Lucky
of the Epic Games Festival.
They do have
It's an
Obsidian
American
and they do have
arcade game where you
Fable,
play Trevor, whose life is
right.
being televised,
which was a
with
very
the
smart
population
move in
constantly
snapping
voting
up
you
those
up
studios,
or
but
down. When you
I don't think
become
you can go wrong with
unpopular,
either box,
you
to be
need to
honest,
start
but
running for your life.
yeah, it depends which
Check
game,
this out.
the kind of games that you like, where they're going to be.
Mhm.
Xbox is probably going to be the home of RPG, Western RPGs and stuff like
Picture
that
a
in the
city
future.
where technology and science go hand in hand with fun and entertainment.
My grandfather, Elijah Walton, had a dream to build the city of tomorrow. That dream is now a reality, and that city is Arcadia. A 43 square mile
Until-
metropolis where each and every
It starts
citizen
like that, it's like,
enjoys a
right,
life of
Beautiful
luxury
place and everyone's out, and then it just shifts.
Broadcast live 24 hours a day, 7 days a week on every digital
There it is.
platform. American Arcadia.
There it
Control,
is.
subject on the run on camera 4025. Interrupt broadcast immediately.
I kind of want to do that. I want to jump off into a pool
to escape under any circumstances.
and live at that height.
Living is crucial.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you're gonna do it, don't do it.
And don't make a sound.
Right.
Not live. That would be great to do, yeah. Safely.
I'm going to get you out of there.
That's what video games enable you to do. There's a reset.
Yeah, exactly.
Apparently we've made it to the beach. Next up is a sequel we've all been anticipating for a
No
long
way.
time. There's Trouble in Paradise, and watch out. You don't want to get
I don't know if I'm slightly ahead
After
of you,
many
but this
years
is...
of rumors,
I can't believe
we
this is
finally
finally
get an
coming.
update on this much
You are. What is
anticipated
this?
sequel.
If I'm right, I think it's, what do you call it?
Epic Game Store.
Dead Island. Is it Dead Island 2? No, what's it called? The one that they announced, like, God knows how many years ago. I think it's Dead Island 2. Yeah. And they announced it in 2012, I think. No, 2014 it was announced. And it's just been in limbo ever since. But then this doesn't look like it all. It's basically supposed to be to piss take on that announcement, but it's Goat Simulator, which is quite clever. And I appreciate the fact they did that. Yeah, it's quite clever. That's going to annoy a lot of people, though. That's quite funny. So yeah, it's not Dead Island 2. It's a piss take of Dead Island 2, but it's Goat Simulator 3. Yeah, that was good. That was funny.
That's funny.
Well played. As soon as it said coffee stain, I
There
was
you
like,
have it.
what?
That was Goat Simulator 3, and it's coming later this year to the Epic Games Store.
That's fun.
Now, last year, Marvel and 2K announced Marvel's Midnight Suns, a tactical RPG from Firaxis Games, the studio behind XCOM and Civilizations. Heroes from the Avengers and X-Men crossover with supernatural ones like Blade and Ghost Rider for a battle against Lilith, the mother of demons. Today, we've got to look at some new folks.
Oh, you definitely want to mute
set
this.
to join the battle.
Okay. Thank you. What song is? Oh.
Yeah, you
I
definitely
saw.
want to mute that.
Wait, they're not into copyright restrictions.
No, I don't think so. Nah.
I've
heard about it.
Right. I was told they weren't by a company called Napster, so that's...
Yeah, they're still around.
Right.
Why would they use that?
I don't know. They know everybody's like streaming this. So we'll see.
That's crazy.
Looks good.
Yeah.
At least I would say that about any game with Venom in it, because there were such good games back in the Super Nintendo days, and also like no, it was like more Sega Genesis had more of the Spider-Man games, but there's some Super Nintendo ones as well. And I would always look at them at the video store because I had only Nintendo. I didn't have the new systems yet.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh, I love Spider-Man, but I don't have the new console. And eventually I got one.
It was weird to see other studios now being trusted with like Spider-Man after Insomniac, obviously.
It is.
It's kind of like and Metallica's still going. Which I don't mind because obviously, you know, I love Metallica, but
it's great
not
band.
for copyright. Like,
still going at it too. They're still going strong.
Yeah.
What's your favorite song?
That is a good question.
There are a lot of good choices.
I don't want to be boring and just say Enter Sandman because that makes it sound like I don't even know Metallica.
Wow, yeah.
It's just
have you
so
heard
good.
any other songs?
Yeah, I have, but it's just so good. Like, I feel like there's not many songs you can call the perfect song.
Right.
And that for me is just like
It's very good.
perfection.
Mine's
I do like
else.
Nothing Else.
Nothing Else Matters.
Yeah, there you go. I do love that song.
It's a great music video as well.
It
Elton
is.
John even said that's one of his favorite songs. So
Really? Oh,
okay, I think we're clear.
That was Midnight
Yeah, we
Suns,
are.
and
We
now
good.
we're moving on to the wonderful world of Cuphead, the delicious last
Did you play
course.
this?
And can you believe it? We're
I
only a
actually am
couple
very
weeks
proud to
away
say I
from
got
playing the delicious
100%
last
of
course
the gamer
DLC.
score
See
on
how it
Xbox.
works.
Wow.
Cuphead. Joining
And
me
I did
now
it
is
live
Ryan Moldenhauer from
when I
Studio MDHR.
back in
So
the
first
days
of
of
all, Matt,
Mixer.
It's really
Wow.
coming.
Oh.
I streamed it. And it was like one of the best streams I did because
Wow,
it's good.
I'm so thrilled
I've been
too
waiting
that,
so
I think all
long
the
for
fans
this.
can't believe that this is here, and I've been
Because I
lucky enough
absolutely
to play
love
this
Cuphead.
actually
I
on my
think
Steam
it's
Deck
just
last
fantastic.
week at Games
same.
Gaming. This, I can't. People are not going to be ready for how amazing this looks and the backgrounds and what you guys have done. I feel like you've amped up obviously the gameplay. It's difficult as we would expect.
It's amazing
but
how this
visual
captures
look,
so
you guys
much
have taken it
attention.
even to the next level, which I didn't think was possible.
Yeah,
but
we absolutely did.
not surprising at all because of the amount of work they must put in. But like, you think 2D game, you know, it's one of those rare 2D games that gets such hype and it delivered.
And of course, a new
Yeah, for sure.
Miss Chalice. I'm very proud of her.
Chalice is
But it's a
funded by
Netflix
Azure,
series
and
as
even
well.
though
That's
this
when you
is
know
DLC,
you've
it
made
feels
it.
like it's its
Right.
own game inside.
Which is actually pretty good. I've watched
It
a couple
is,
of
it is,
episodes.
Did you?
definitely.
I have not.
Yeah,
yet.
it's actually
Big
pretty
on the
good. It's
island,
pretty
and
funny.
there you are off to this new territory, which is amazing.
Yeah, it's our biggest island yet. Super-sized bosses, lots of secrets to discover.
And it's gone from
don't let any rock
being
go
an
into it.
Xbox exclusive to
Yes,
being on
and
absolutely
lots of
everything.
challenge ahead.
I
But
love
you
it.
brought,
Yeah, that's the way to go.
You don't want people
Yeah.
to necessarily have too much spoiled about the game, but you brought a little something. For
A little something, yeah. It's brand new gameplay footage of one of our new bosses, Mortimer Freeze. It takes place in an icy arena and features some of my personal favorite attacks and transformations. We hope everyone enjoys it.
All right, let's check it out. Cuphead, the delicious last
I
course.
just love the look of this game. So cool. And the music is great.
I'm just happy the music isn't Metallica, so.
Yeah. I love it. I was so confident to you as well. I was like, yeah, they won't include anything. And then here it is, Metallica.
It's always them or Rolling Stones. It's
Yeah.
that get you in trouble.
So I'm enjoying this boss right now, but I know when I'm doing
Right.
it for 100 times, I'll be screaming.
I don't know if Tito Puente is coming after me for this song, but it's probably not him. But that's the only close musician I can think of.
Yes. June 30th, we finally have a release date.
All right,
I didn't even see that at the start.
that's soon.
Ah, it's got
Now, if
2
you want
seasons.
even more Cuphead, and who doesn't, tomorrow we will show you an exclusive look at Season 2 of the Cuphead Show when I co-host Netflix's Geeked Week, which will include new show and game announcements. It streams at 10 a.m. Pacific, 1 p.m. Eastern. And that's not all. There's more Summer Game Fest all weekend long. Coming up next is the Day of the Devs Indie Showcase with IM8-Bit and Double Fine, then Devolver's Marketing Countdown to Marketing.
This is definitely
Tomorrow
not E3,
after Geek
but
Week,
E3
there's
at the same
Epic
time.
Game Store Showcase
Yeah.
at 11 a.m. Pacific, 2 p.m.
That's the
Eastern,
one.
with news on
Sunday.
Rocket League.
Yes,
and
that's the
Tribeca
big one.
Game
So we'll do
Showcase.
another
That's the
live
big
stream
one.
then.
Sunday,
Yeah.
Yeah,
don't miss
that's the one everyone wants
Xbox
to tune in
Bethesda
for. That'll
Game
be
Showcase
more
to
exciting
look
than
at the
this,
future of
for sure.
Xbox and Game Pass.
Maybe we'll do a
Now
small
we have
giveaway
some
then,
exciting news for
or
Nintendo
start off the
Switch and
giveaway.
PC fans about
That's going to
Neon
happen
White,
on 4th of
a game
July
where you play an
and give people
assassin
extra
from hell
entries
who slays
if they tune in.
demons for the chance to
like
ascend
that.
to heaven.
Yeah. Okay.
We're called neons. Sinners plucked from hell to do God's dirty work. But I'm finding it hard to believe we're in
This
heaven.
looks interesting.
Got 10 days here. New day, new mission from Almighty. You think you can win me over by showering me with gifts? Good thinking.
This is very weird looking. Like, it's all over the place.
Yeah, it's different.
Right. And
Switch
coming
and
soon.
Steam.
Neon white.
We've shown you lots of games today made by huge teams. Now it's time for a
These
game
always
made
blow
by
me
a
away
single father in
when it's
Poland.
literally like one
Over the past
person.
year, he's brought on some help to bring his vision
And you're
for
like,
a
how?
fast-paced action game, Midnight Fight Express, to life. Let's take a look.
That's amazing when you can put your Twitter handle on there. That you're just one person.
You know the saying, get knocked down, get up again, that whole spiel. Well, it's time, partner. Time to rise up. Together.
So this kind of feels like a blend of Sifu and Hotline Miami, which I don't hate.
Yep.
It's happening. The big guy's actually going through with it. While I sat at his side, seeing lives as dollar signs, I had the stink of corruption all over me. And you know who put it there? Nah, not him. Me.
So it's coming out for PC, Xbox,
You ain't
PlayStation,
wearing it
and
anymore. And neither are you. Tonight, we wash this whole damn city down.
Switch, Steam, PS4, Xbox One, yeah. Same to Game Pass, I think.
Oh, nice. Very cool.
Such a cool game, and I'm happy to announce that a PC demo of this game is going live right now on Steam and will be part of the Steam Next Fest next week. I really want more playable games to get in the hands of you guys at home, and that's one of them. Check it out. All right, joining me now is Megan from Digital Extremes to talk all things Warframe. Megan, how you doing?
I'm so good, my fellow Canadian.
I know, we got like, we just happen to always have these Canadian teams on the show. I don't
We
know
have
how
a
that works
connection,
out, right?
it's okay.
We do. Well, we have a great connection. We've also done a lot with Warframe over the years, and I know right now anyone watching on Twitch for more than 30 minutes, this show is going to get a special Twitch drop, right?
That's right. I already have seen people getting it, so
Yes.
it's very exciting. She's right there, loud and proud. Protea, 30 minutes for watching. Thank you for letting us kind of take over your special events category, but she is there and she is for you if you are properly linked up.
No, Warframe, you know, as I said, we've done a lot over the years. You guys have done incredible things with the game, and I know you have Tennocon coming up in July, which is your big kind of event of the year to reveal what's next. What can you tell us?
Well, I can't tell too much, but yeah, July 16th, 2022. It's a digital event again this year. Today,
Never
actually,
played
we just
Warframe.
launched
I've heard
the
good things
digital
though.
items for it, so you can get some
But I've
really
just
goodies, some really cool cosmetics.
I can't commit to these massive live service games.
That's
Of course, the reason I'm here
yeah.
is
I
to,
this is the reason I like racers. Is I can pick it up and play it, and drop it immediately.
And
It seems like an investment.
Use a little bit of a gameplay, a little bit of a demo. And
Yeah, I've played a lot of
I think
Gran
a lot of
Turismo
people
7
can
for that
suspect
exact
what
reason.
it might be,
Yep.
but I'm here to kind of confirm what it is that Tunnel Live is going to show.
And what is that?
Can I say it?
Yes, I think you can.
Okay, you're gonna get your first look at the Deviri Paradox.
Finally!
Finally, I know it's been a couple years, but Deviri Paradox is gonna be what Tunnel Live is all about, and I'm so happy. The team worked really hard on the teaser you're about to see for it, and I'm just really proud and excited to show it.
Awesome. Well, thanks so much for being here on Summer Game Fest. Let's take a look at that right now.
My child, my friend, what was done is done. New dangers, new choices await us now. For now, dream of who we were and of who we have become.
I'm sure that makes some people happy.
Right.
Some expansion. Some Twitch drops. Honkai Star Rail. What?
Yeah, like I said,
Not
the MMO
too much
games
space.
Look at
are
Honkai Star
tough to get
Rail,
into.
upcoming open world space RPG. Yeah, a lot of space today from Genshin Impact studio Hoyoverse across mobile and PC. This studio continues to deliver, and this new trailer reveals for the very first time a new and exotic realm players will be able to explore.
Never heard of this game. Is this a new game? Honkai? What was it called?
I think Star Rail, but maybe
Star
that
Rail,
was-
yeah, that was it.
Oh yeah, Honkai is the title. Honkai Star.
Listen. You are in a daze right now. You don't know who you are, why you're here. None of that.
Free-to-play 3D tactical role-playing game.
In the near future, you will encounter many.
The fourth installment of the Honkai games. Don't you know this, Adam?
How do I not know this? It's time to hand in my badge.
Right?
4 installments.
Disgrace. Yeah.
Literally never heard of it.
Nope.
I'm guessing it never came out of Asia until like this entry.
That's usually what happens.
Yeah.
As long as you know in your heart where you're heading, you
If
will.
anyone in the chat has played this, please let me know.
That's the you I like.
Okay, so. Oh, kind of intrigued.
I have wine to soothe the souls of honored guests. Welcome aboard the Cienjo La Fool.
And that's not all from Hoyoverse. Today, I'm excited to introduce you to Zenless Zone Zero, their next major new IP. It's a futuristic urban action game. I have to say, I'm blown away.
I'm just
going to
call this
so
ZZZ.
far. It was announced a couple weeks ago, and it has
You do
the
right.
detail of Genshin Impact with a fast-paced action style. Here is the world premiere of a brand new
Actually,
look.
so I've been
at
typing the
Zenless's notable
names of
characters,
each
armed enemies,
game
and world of
in that little chat box area after they announce it.
Yeah. That's quite nice.
But I almost typed in ZZZ, but then that would look like we're snoozing and bored. But
It's not the most compelling presentation from Jeff, but
right?
yeah. I don't want to put all that on him, you know. There's
Right? Yeah, ZZZ. Appropriately timed for like the back half of the show.
yeah. And his biggest announcement potentially has been ruined.
True. Cool art style.
Very nice. Yeah. Yeah, I really like the look of it.
Very much Zelda sound effects when, like the grunting.
Yeah. Yeah, that character is a fox with rockets on his legs. That's cool. That's the kind of design that gets people going, you know what? I'll check that out.
But if it's boring, the reviews write themselves.
Yeah. Yeah.
One of my favorite reveals last year was TMNT Shredder's Revenge, which reminds us all of the Turtles arcade games back in the day. Well,
Right.
it's nearing the end of development, and the team wanted to use SGF as a way to reveal one exciting aspect of the game they've been keeping under
This is
wraps
gonna be fun.
until now.
This is great.
Ah, no way. That's so good.
So, fun story about Ninja Turtles. I spent probably $15 as an adult finally trying to beat this with my buddy.
No way.
Because when you're a kid, you get like $1 at the most.
Yeah.
And then your parents aren't getting you $50 to spend it on like arcade waiting for pizza. That's because these are always in like pizza shops.
Yeah.
So
I did a similar thing on the ferry to France. There's a Time Crisis 2 machine. Me and my friend just spent a horrible amount just to finish it, but we finished it.
That's funny. You can do that as like an older adult now.
Yeah.
As a kid, you get like one shot, maybe two continues, and you're out of money.
Yeah. That was always Metal Slug for me. Get like
right.
Like the pesetas back when Spain had its own currency. It was like 100 pesetas a go. You get 2 goes and that was it. And Metal Slug's not easy.
Yeah.
Oh, no way. June 16th for that.
That's
We'd have to update our new games list.
I was thinking that. That's... Is this a copyright song?
I don't think so.
Okay.
It's too generic.
Right, it's true. Yeah, it sounds like it was made in GarageBand.
Yeah, it really does. It's a creepy smell. Super people. Oh.
I'm intrigued.
Yeah.
I think the composer of Hall of the Mountain King has since passed. So
Yeah,
hopefully
should be okay.
Hopefully it's not copyrighted. Great song. But...
How far will you push humankind?
Day one on Game Pass.
I like some of those games that are not sci-fi.
Humankind allows you to shape your civilization by combining a multitude of historical civilizations from the ancient to the modern era.
The first 15 minutes of the show was just all sci-fi space survival horror games.
It was. Right.
That seems to happen like in the movie industry and the gaming industry, like they all just kind of gravitate towards the same ideas at the same time.
Right.
I don't know why, but it seems to happen a lot. Like time loops are a massive thing last year, like all these time loop games.
In this exciting upcoming JRPG.
The Straw Hat Pirates journeying along the Grand Line.
見ろよ、あの島。でけえ塔がいっぱい立ってる。空に伸びてるあの光はなんだ。よし、面白そうだ。行ってみよう。ちょっと待ってね。
Have you ever played a One Piece game?
No.
Same.
I've never even watched One Piece.
なんだありゃ。おい、落ちるぞ。
I just know it's really big.
Yeah, it's huge.
Its followers, right? But
yeah,
it's just not something that appeals to me.
No.
And it's been around forever, especially in video game form. I remember we had to review it for Gaming Target back in the day. And it's just like all about finding a reviewer that likes it, but wouldn't be biased.
Yeah.
It's the thing to do.
Filled with new encounters and hidden mysteries. Unravel the adventure that awaits in an odyssey beyond imagination.
You know what it reminds me of? Every once in a while, this reminds me of an old PlayStation series called Dark Cloud. And Dark Cloud 2. I miss that. That was a
Is that coming?
RPG.
Is that part of the PlayStation Classics thing? Dark Cloud.
It is. I remember seeing it on
This
there.
August, Soul Hackers 2 from Atlas launches, and we've got your first listen to the English voice cast with this quick new look.
Ringo.
Well, we're getting through all the anime games at the moment now.
Right. It seems like they lumped a lot of games together.
Take my hand. You get one more chance to make things right.
So Hackers 2.
So that's our mission then, save the world.
With so many new games featured across SGF events, you might be wondering how to plan for your summer gaming dreams. NerdWallet can help you find the smartest credit card to reward your gaming purchases at
We should put the shortcut on there one day.
The Epic Mega Sale is going on right now. Save up to 75% off top PC titles with an additional 25% off eligible products. And it wouldn't be the Mega Sale without the free games vault featuring Maneater. Be sure to claim your copy before the sale ends on June 16th. Tune into the Epic Games Store Twitch channel for our summer showcase on June 10th at 2 p.m. Eastern, 11 a.m. Pacific. We're taking a look at new announcements and updates from PC titles heading to the store this year and beyond.
You nuts?
We gotta test this out. I'm excited for this.
Yeah. It's the, I don't want to say the dream, but it is kind of like what it's all been leading to.
Right.
It's just, removing that console, and if you can get a near enough experience, then that's huge.
Right.
It's good music, this one, right?
Right?
Guess, yeah. Oh.
Oh, more Nintendo.
Your You're gonna get hit with the unexpected in Mario Strikers Battle League.
It's like an advertisement.
Yeah, it is. This whole section is like just a big ad.
So prepare to do whatever it takes to claim victory. So much fun, it hurts. Mario Strikers Battle League, only on Nintendo Switch. Game rated everyone 10 and up.
That's tomorrow.
Hi, my name is Carl and I'm a developer on Metal Hellsinger. You know how in some games where the music's really good, you feel compelled to move and shoot to the beat? But what if you had to? In Metal, the better you are at slaying to the beat, the more intense everything gets. And we have vocal performances from legendary artists like Serge Tankian from System of a Down, so while headbanging isn't mandatory, we do recommend it. Our demo is live now on Steam, Xbox and PlayStation platforms, so go check it out and slay to the beat.
I muted just in case.
Fair.
You never know. He mentioned System of a Down. I'm like, oh, that could be a thing. Yeah.
This is a cool concept there. Like,
I like it.
Slaying to the beat of metal songs, and they've got some big names to
Yeah.
help out with it as well, which is cool.
It's interesting because Guitar Hero, Rock Band, all these games have faded from existence for various reasons. One, it got a little old. Two, it's really hard for retailers to sell and people to buy these expensive peripherals. Like, I still have a drum set in my parents' hallway that just like, they're like, do we throw this out? Do we try to sell? I'm like, no, you can't sell this. There's no one to buy this, Mom. And so it just sits there.
Plus, you might want to pick up your sticks one day and just go at it.
Don't
rule that out.
I'm on the fence about it, but this could be that next version of it where it's like, oh, there's an innovation to it where it's merged with a first-person shooter. So I like that idea.
That one was Metal Hellsinger coming later this year from Funcom,
Guitar
a
Hero
rhythm shooter with
Metallica.
metal music.
Right.
Right now, as they mentioned, the
my
demo has
peripherals
launched
are
on
coming,
PC,
but,
Xbox,
I
and
had the drum kit
PlayStation
and everything.
for you to play
Oh,
for
yeah?
free. Next up,
Yeah,
the
trying
game
to,
launches tomorrow. The Quarry from Super
channel my
Massive
inner
Games.
Lars Ulrich, and it
Successor
just wasn't
to
happening.
Until Dawn,
It
starring
was
David
fun.
Arquette and an
Very
all-star cast. It's getting great reviews, and this is one of those binge-worthy teen horror entertainment experiences where your every choice shapes your story and determines who lives and who dies at a camp in upstate New York. Here's the first look at the launch trailer.
This is out tomorrow.
Family is the most important thing in the world.
What is this?
The Quarry.
But if your whole family, you know, like every last one of them decided to jump down the bottom of a well and they're all just hanging on the end of a rope, how can one person be expected to pull them all back out? You can't. So you pull on that rope and you're just going to fall right down to the bottom of the well with the rest of them. And what's the point of that?
What? There is a...
You have no
Let's go.
Who should I call?
911.
You mean 911?
Goodbye, cruel world.
Huh.
This isn't...
I'm just reading some of the comments and people said E3 died for this. So,
Jesus.
I don't know. Someone paid for that in the main thing, and I was just like, "That's."
Oh, they super chat it. Oh my god.
Right? Yes, they paid for it. That's crazy.
I do love how people do that. It's just,
I know.
I have,
Back at the
I'm
Game
so, I,
Awards, we
you
were
know, I
proud
have to
to
get this
reveal
class. I
Nightingale,
don't
a
mind
shared
paying.
world
to see
survival
it.
crafting game for collection games up in Canada. Now it's time to give you a brand new look and deeper look at the game, including its innovative realm card system that lets you impact things like the weather pattern, resources, and challenges in this procedural realms. Here is your exclusive new look.
You're alone in the realms, I'm afraid. The portals are a mess. Not even sure if Nightingale made it. Given how fragile you humans are, I'd say that staying fed, dry, and rested should be your priority. If the portal arch is inactive, you'll need to make realm cards from rare resources. Once you have realm cards, you can activate the portal. Beware them. Foul things lurk in the interrealmic void, waiting to get in. Be ready with your axe pick.
Yeah. Once they introduce cards into any video game, I'm usually like, okay, I'm taking that. I'm gonna take a breather on this one, right?
Yeah,
but yet, my
apart from
nephew,
Gwen,
right? Go ahead. Which one?
Yeah, Gwen from the Witcher series. That I can
Right.
do. It's like a card game, like an interactive one. But yeah, I'm similar. Like, if I want to play cards, though.
But my nephews, it must be a generational thing. They're all into the card stuff. But I guess it caters to them because they
The Saints are marching in
grew
on
up with,
August
like,
23rd with the reboot of Saints Row that we
I don't know,
revealed
Yu-Gi-Oh!
last year
and-
at
and
Gamescom.
different
And
things
today,
like that. That's true.
we're happy to announce
That's
the
true,
launch
yeah.
of the Boss Factory demo across PC and console, which lets you design and set up your
A lot of
character.
Pokemon cards they're
And since
into.
it's Saints Row, you guys are going to have a lot of
I mean,
fun
they
with
were
this
around
one.
when
Check it out.
I was young. Never mind.
No,
they
that's true.
just never end.
That's true.
Guys,
You gotta do something to capture people's attention.
Justin makes a good point in the chat. He says, "I wouldn't be surprised if they made Guitar Hero the reunion tour. That would sound like crazy."
You know what? I was thinking that when Microsoft buys Activision, bringing that back
Yeah.
to Saints Row or
We are so good.
Yeah, this is Saints Row. Yeah.
okay, old THQ game.
Yeah. Oh my God, it was.
Yeah.
I went to THQ's offices in Woking to play.
Did you?
Darksiders 2. Yeah, and then they just. I think that was the last game that they properly shipped.
It
Or
is.
big one, and then yeah.
I went to their review event, and for both 1 and 2, I just moved to Los Angeles when 1 was being made. And I got to like interview some of the developers, and I was like, "This is cool. I'm part of the gaming industry now, proper."
Yeah.
So, doing it from Philadelphia. I was in Los Angeles, but where they were based, they were not too far outside of LA.
Yeah.
So, yeah, to Justin's point in the chat, Guitar Hero Reunion Tour, I love that idea. If Microsoft, I don't know how they would do it, but like I mentioned, the peripherals were too expensive. If they were able to resurrect Kinect somehow and have you air guitar things, like have some sort of super advanced thing where it knew which strings you were on and play the drums like air drums, I think that could be a killer app, but it would have a super advanced camera.
Yeah. And I don't think. Yeah.
We're not there yet, but I don't
No,
think
yeah,
we're too
yeah.
far off.
Well, definitely now. Yeah, Kinect was ahead of its time.
It was.
You know, for better and worse.
And they just didn't support it was the biggest problem.
Yeah. Did you ever play the fitness game on it? Like,
Yeah.
Like Xbox Fitness. That was
Yep.
great. That
Right.
was amazing.
I actually came out in defense of Xbox charging $100 extra for Xbox One because I thought, but it comes with a camera. And it's by coming with a camera, it's going to support more games, and supporting more games mean more people will be in that user base. No one's going to buy the PlayStation HD camera if they came out for PS4. So they're not going to develop anything for it, but they will develop it, and they just didn't. So.
Yeah.
Head on through the ventilation tunnels and look for
So it's fun.
This way! Move it!
Set your data interrogators. If all goes well, we can unlock the system, prime the rods, and send them where they're needed.
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles game is coming day one to Game Pass.
That's great.
Awesome, just like Streets of Rage did.
First part done. Get to the base of the Matrix bar and put those cryonic rods to work. What are you waiting for? Get in your place. Now! You finished here? Look for a way out.
Bloober Team is known for psychological horror games like Blair Witch and The Medium. Today, they are ready to reveal their latest creation made completely in Unreal Engine 5 for a visceral horror experience. It's a return
Completely
to the
in
world
Unreal
of
Engine
Layers
5.
of Fears. Get a dose of this.
Someone once said insanity runs in our family. Let it run. They say it's a tale of sadness and guilt of an artist trapped in a place beyond redemption. It's a lie. This is a story of my fear, pain, and hatred.
In New York City, rats. Give me the spooks.
And it is
Oh,
You
yeah.
know, seeing them on screen is just like, oh, no thank you.
You should play A Plague Tale Innocence.
Oh.
That's just full of rats.
Oh.
Like, the rat tech, as I want to call it,
Right.
is amazing in that game.
It wouldn't bother me before I moved to New York, but now that I'm in New York, definitely creeps me out.
That's funny.
An empty shell cannot live forever. It cannot live at all.
I was trapped in this house.
So I tried to look up what this was, but I can't find it yet.
Now,
This one?
Fierce. Yeah.
It's Layers of Fears.
Layers of, okay.
This October, Gotham Knights arrives. Batman is dead, and it's up to the Batman family, Batgirl, Nightwing, Red Hood, and Robin, to protect Gotham. To give us an exclusive new look, let's head to Montreal to hear from executive producer Fleur Marty.
Hello and warm welcome from WB Games Montreal. I'm Fleur Marty. I'm the executive producer on Gotham Knights. Today, we are thrilled to share more with you on one of our beloved knights, Nightwing. This showcase is the first in our character series, and we're really looking forward to share more with you as we continue working towards our launch on October 25th. So I hope you enjoy the show and stay tuned.
I had nothing. And then this city became my home. Its people became my family. Gotham gave me everything. It deserves to feel safe.
I feel like the DC universe has such potential because it's dark and gritty. If done right, it could be really good, but it's often done wrong. But this looks pretty good.
Yeah, this looks alright. That's why I always prefer DC over the Marvel, because Marvel's too. Apart from the Spider-Man games, which is great, it's just too light-hearted and fun and silly. That's why the Batman trilogy by Christian Bale is still like my favourite, and the Joker and stuff, because they're just proper dark.
Yeah, I always felt, even before they were bought, Disney was a little too, or Marvel was a little too Disney, and then they got bought by Disney, so there you go.
I got this.
So it's a little too colorful. This is the proper grittiness that you need sometimes in a comic book series or comic book universe.
Yeah.
But both Marvel and DC are trying to expand their entire, like, the backstory of all of their
Gotham
secondary
Knights,
characters.
And now we welcome... Oh, look who it is.
Sometimes it
Neil
works, and a lot of
Druckmann
times
from
it
Naughty
doesn't.
Dog, co-president of Naughty Dog. Great to have you with us, Neil. It's been an eventful day on the internet for Naughty Dog fans, and
I think we jinxed ourselves. We were joking about last night, like, watch the assets will leak, and lo and behold, that's what happened.
Well, the good news is there's some stuff that hasn't leaked that we have lots to share with people about all things at Naughty Dog. But first of all, it is it's a big month actually for Last of Us fans, because Last of Us 1 and 2 both launched in June, and it's nearing its 2-year anniversary for Last of Us Part 2, which is hard to believe.
Yeah, it's crazy. 9 years for Last of Us 1, 2 years for Last of Us Part 2, and we still hear from fans. They're still sending us letters and art, and these characters in this journey and this world mean so much to them. And it's just been kind of amazing. Like Last of Us Part 2 early this year passed a pretty big milestone and sold over 10 million units. And that kind of support, that kind of success, we're so grateful to our fans. It has allowed us to grow as a studio, and now we can take on multiple projects.
I think there's an HBO show coming out as well.
There is,
projects. Okay, very interesting. So, what can Last of Us fans expect in the future from you?
Thank you for asking, Jeff. Yes. So one of the things we've mentioned a while back is what started out as a multiplayer mode has evolved due to the team's ambition. They really wanted to do something beyond what we've ever done before at Naughty Dog, and we felt the way to do it justice is to make it a standalone title. And they've been working on it for the past 2 years. Ambition has grown, and we're not quite ready to fully unveil it, but we're ready to lift the curtain a little bit and just give you like an update of where we're at.
Okay, well, what can you tell us about this new standalone multiplayer game?
Yeah, so we have a concept art that we want to show, but what I can tell you is that this game is big.
Okay.
It's as big as any of our single-player games that we've done, and in some ways bigger.
So this could be one of the first
story, the way we're telling
live service games from Sony first party.
It's got a brand new cast of characters. It takes place at another place.
I think it's appropriate. So it's the right title to launch with that.
I'm sure our fans have already figured it out. And it's really cool. And it's being headed by Vinith Agarwal, Anthony Newman, and Joe Padnatti, all veterans of Uncharted and Last of Us. And you're going to see a lot more of this game come next year.
Next year, so I wait till next year to hear more about that one. Okay, well, very exciting that this has evolved, and I mean, that concept art looks incredible. I can't wait to see Naughty Dog's storytelling fused with...
Yeah, when they only have concept art out, you know it's going to
be... Yeah.
Okay, well...
But I'm glad they're not just making it a mode that's tacked on.
I've been reading about on the internet every day, it feels like, up in Calgary.
As long as they don't charge $70 for that full game.
For HBO,
that would be...
Right? For a multiplayer game,
right? For the past year, we've teamed up with Craig Mazin of Chernobyl fame and HBO to adapt The Last of Us into a TV show. They've been filming, and it's pretty incredible.
One of my favorite multiplayer-only games from Sony was a game called Warhawk. I don't remember that one.
Oh, classic! Yeah, I remember it.
That was really
used
fun.
the 6-axis, didn't it?
Yes. Not very well, but You're always better with
I
analog.
couldn't be
but,
proud
yeah.
of like,
Yeah, for
Craig
sure.
and that whole crew and everybody that's up there. And their last day of filming is tomorrow. So
The entire series, last day of filming is tomorrow.
Last day of filming is tomorrow. Craig is up there right now, kind of wrapping it all up. So it's pretty close. It's closer than you might think.
And you actually got to direct one of the episodes?
Pedro Pascal
Yes, I
as
think
Joel.
that really
That's a
speaks to the
great
kind of
casting right
collaboration
there.
and trust that exists between Naughty
He's
Dog
in
and
a little
HBO and inviting
everything,
him to direct
right?
one of the episodes.
You're right, and the little
I
Mormon
think we have
girl
an image
from
the episode I
Game of
actually directed.
Thrones.
Okay.
She was
Ellie.
amazing in Game of Thrones.
Perfect casting. That's really
This
good.
is a certain museum that players might know from the game. And I really have to talk about Pedro Pascal and Bella Ramsey, and not only directing them but seeing them do all the other episodes. They've thrown themselves at these roles.
Justin in the
for
chat
a
tipped me
whole
off
year.
to who it was
Watching
before I
the
saw it on
nuance
screen.
they
So
bring
thanks,
to these
Justin.
characters, their relationship on and off camera, I couldn't help but think about Troy Baker and Ashley Johnson. It felt so similar to the chemistry those two actors had when we made the game, and it really feels like this is going to be something special.
Most
And I will
authentic
say this
video
will be
game
the most authentic
adaptation
video game
yet.
adaptation yet.
Let's see.
Well, I mean, that first
That
image
very
looked
rarely
great.
happens.
Feels like the video game, everything that I've seen.
I mean, I will say,
Stuff.
if you're going to make it authentic, I don't need to nitpick, but you could have given Pascal a full beard.
Right.
Now for the first time.
I mean,
So
that's
we'll see
so
more of that,
simple.
next year, that's coming.
Maybe that was in his contract. He's like, I'll do it,
You'll
but
hear
no
about
full
it very
beard.
soon. That's
Yeah.
all I'll say right now.
I'll never
All
get a
right.
full
Well,
beard.
Last of Us HBO,
Right.
very, very exciting. And I hear you actually have a couple actors from the show who are going to join us
We
here.
happen to have a couple actors here that are part of the show. We should bring them up.
Okay, come on out.
Try again.
Oh, what's up, guys?
hello.
Surprise!
Troy's back again. Hello,
I know.
Ashley. Good to see you.
Good to see you.
I'm a little confused though. I thought maybe Pedro Bella, but Troy Ashley out here from the game, right?
So when Craig and I started working on the show, almost one of our very first meetings, we said Troy and Ashley have to be a part of it, and we're such fans of like the talent and the helping us create.
And also,
Joel
you didn't
and
pay
Ellie.
enough money for
We
Pedro to
felt
be
like
on
it was so
stage.
important that they
Sorry.
become part of the show, and it wasn't. It has to be more than just like kind of like a wink to the camera and like a cameo.
Okay.
These are real roles that we're keeping under wraps for now. But man,
That's
I'm
nice.
bummed that I couldn't be there with you guys when you filmed your stuff.
There's been so much
It's
stuff I feel like
so good.
on the internet. There's so much like talk about what's being filmed, and I think that's you guys have kept a complete secret that you. So you were up there and you filmed your roles by now, obviously.
Well, keeping secrets with this franchise is kind of old hat. Like we've
Except
had
for today.
Except for today.
except for the date. It was one of the hardest things for us to do is to not let people know that because we're so proud of it and the work that we did. We worked hard. The crew. I have to say, when I walked out on set, to be met with literally every person that I met on that crew is such a fan of this game, and they all knew what it was that they were working on and committed to working on this project because of their fan and their love for the game was one of the greatest. It was like I was coming home to friends.
Yeah, I the attention to detail, the crew was amazing. Bella and Pedro are they're so perfect, and we've been trying to sort of describe that feeling of sort of seeing them in person. It's like the characters coming to life, but it's so much more than that. I feel like I can't fully explain it, but I am so excited to be a part of it, and just I can't wait to see it. I think it is going to be so good. I love the story. I love just being a part of
I'm
this
so
world.
excited about the series and the fact that you guys are going to be in it and undisclosed roles. I'm so fascinated how it's going to sort of bob and weave and you know, are these characters we know from the game that they're playing? New characters? Can you tell us anything?
Yes.
I can tell you.
So sneaky. All right. Well, we're so excited.
Maybe it's already on Twitter by now.
Hey. All right. Well, let's talk about what was on Twitter earlier today. Lots of talk about the idea, or really what's happening is it looks like you guys are remaking the original game, and this is like a ground-up remake. Is that right?
That's right. We wanted to give people the definitive version of the first game that wasn't encumbered by any
Technically, the
technology.
third take
I wanted
at
to find
this.
a way to get even closer
Yeah.
to our original.
I know they came out with it for
we're able to do it on the
PS4.
PS5 and
Yeah.
PC.
After it was a
Instead of
PS3
talking
game.
about it, let's look at it.
That's
All right, let's take a look
what
at
kind
the
of just
Last of Us
yeah.
One.
3 versions of it. I know it's rebuilt from the ground up, and
They had dinner with someone at Rockstar Games. Like, yeah, do it. Do it for 10 years.
Yeah.
I bet on quite the adventure,
And then the PS6 will come out and they'll be like, we really wanted to give the definitive version of The Last of Us, and then PS7 will go suck it.
Yep. Because, like, yeah, it can get a smidge better every single time, so.
Of course it can, yeah.
I get it, but at the same time. And there are
Yeah.
so many people who haven't tried it out.
I've never been this close.
That's true. That's true.
It's the outside.
So,
Oh, is that everything?
I get why they do it, but just like with Grand Theft Auto, everybody wants Grand Theft Auto 6. But,
yeah,
you know, they keep making GTA 5 and
Can it?
devoting resources to rehashing a game that's
Once upon a time,
like 10 years old.
I had
almost.
somebody that I cared about. And in this world, that's good for one thing. Get you killed.
I can take care of myself.
How many close calls have we had? I get in trouble down there. You make every shot count.
I got this.
Hope you know how to use that thing.
I've had some practice.
There we go.
Truly one of my favorite games of the past decade. Guys, what's your reaction to that?
Yeah, we haven't
Sony
seen
strategy.
that yet.
Yeah, you're watching it in real time.
Yep.
It's very interesting.
And everyone, when Microsoft did that, they're like, "There's waste of time. No one will buy an Xbox now." And it's like, well, Sony realized there's a lot of money to be made.
Animation that we did for the
So true.
faces and kind of like retarget it on these new rigs that have a lot more fidelity. And then the animators went back and
We're seeing
studied.
side by sides here, just how much it has changed. That you went and you redid the models and rebuilt everything.
Everything was rebuilt from the ground up.
It seems almost
same
too
art
different,
director, re-art directed
but-
the whole thing from the ground up.
It's
but
mainly like the backgrounds
great
and
thing about
stuff
these
they've
faces is
changed.
that they're closer to the original performance. All the animators went and studied those videos and got it closer
That's
to
amazing.
what you did on set than
Yeah,
we could have achieved before.
when I mentioned the PS4
And that's just
version,
like one of the things
I feel like
when you
the,
talk about,
the
like,
leap between the
brand new
two is
AI, like all the
very
combat
minor.
is redone.
This is going to be
Yeah, it was just like
big
an
visuals.
upscale.
The fidelity of everything,
Right.
60 frames per second. All this
Yeah,
stuff
fair
on
enough.
the
Like, yeah,
PS5
it's not
because
just
we wanted
another
to give-
like.
knowing because
It's
of the
now
show, because
4K
this is all
60.
over
They've
the
actually
PS5,
remade it because
we wanted them to have the
I'm one of the few people who thought The Last of Us wasn't great because of its combat and its mechanics. So the story obviously was fantastic and visually it was great.
Again, just
So
to
this could be,
refresh my memory.
yeah,
for
this
what
could
we
solve all my
did
issues
on
with the
the
first game, which would be
Right.
great, I
I
guess,
was
but
just a glutton
not
for punishment.
for
I
$70.
went straight from playing
never
part
played
one
For
straight
me,
to
I can't.
part two.
They released
Put it in
Last time that I played, literally
PlayStation Plus
2
Premium.
years ago,
Put it in
so
there.
the anniversary
Totally.
of part two coming
That would
out.
sell.
It looks like I'm definitely
Yeah.
gonna be up for another
Um,
playthrough
I
of
mean,
this.
Yeah.
It would sell a lot of
Go back and
subscriptions.
Oh, I can't.
You guys did
I
an
feel
amazing
like
job on that original game.
they didn't sell
It's really, when
Uncharted
you play it, when you see it in motion, it's really
at
night and
full
day from
price.
what it used to be.
I
I
imagine
don't
that, you know, think of the
or at
Last
least
of Us
it's
2 combat,
completely
but,
down in price.
That back in
Legacy of
Well,
Thieves,
it's
yeah, I
the
don't
whole,
think
like,
that
all
was
the animation
$70. I
system,
think it
the AI
was
system, everything we've learned
40,
on Uncharted
50
4, Last of Us
bucks.
2,
But at
we
the same
applied
time,
to this,
this
again, to
seems
give
like
that
a lot
definitive
more
version.
work has
Just to
gone
give a
into
quick
it,
shout
so
out, this project
Agreed.
is headed up by Matthew Gallant and
I just
Sean
hope
It's
they
always
don't
difficult.
accept it.
and you'll hear a lot
Yeah,
more
it's always
about it, see a
difficult
lot
to
more
like
about what
quantify
they're doing
how
leading
much
up
they
to
have or haven't
release
done.
September 2nd on PS5.
And it is
Right,
surprising
shortly
it's been
thereafter.
9
We
years
will look forward to
since the
you know,
first
talked
game.
a lot about games directed by other people.
But
what are you directing? You still making
It'll
games?
sell.
Still making games.
They wouldn't have made it if they
haven't
didn't know it
given
was
up
going
my
to sell.
day
so.
job. It's a little early to talk about it. Maybe if someone in PlayStation wants to leak it, then we can talk about it now. Otherwise, we'll save
But
it.
you do have a new project.
Do have a new
Jeff.
project, but we'll save it for another Summer Game Fest.
What new project is that, Adam?
Okay, well, we'll
What do you
see.
think?
We'll try and save it. All right. Troy,
Is that
Ashley,
Uncharted?
Thank you so much for dropping by Summer Game Fest, and I am so
Hope
excited for
so.
Last of Us.
I loved I prefer the Uncharted series to the Last of Us series.
Thanks, Jeff.
Hands down, absolutely.
Yeah.
All right,
yeah.
well, that is going to do it. Thanks to Naughty Dog and PlayStation for that very special look at The Last of Us and the entire
what?
franchise.
Oh
and
man,
everything
was that the
going.
crescendo and it got
Very
ruined?
excited
Oh,
about that. All right, Summer Game
man.
Fest continues over the next few days. Coming up right now on this very stream is Day of the Des with I Am 8-Bit and Double Fine, including an exclusive
Wow.
look at the Planet of Lamb.
No
And
Kojima?
then the Devolver Digital Showcase.
No Kojima?
Tomorrow, we've
No.
got Netflix
Could be at
hosting,
Xbox's
Taiko
conference.
hosting, and the
Yeah, could be at
Direct Showcase
Xbox's.
streaming,
Right.
along
Apparently
with the
there
Epic
was
Games
rumours a
Store
while
Showcase.
ago
And
that
then finally
Kojima Productions
Sunday,
had sided
the
with
Xbox
Microsoft, so
and
that
Bethesda
could
Game
who
Showcase,
knows?
which you can stream them all at summergamefest.com.
Let's
As for me, I'll see you again in August when we are back live in Cologne, Germany for Gamescom opening night live on August 23rd. And then the Game Awards will return in December live from the Microsoft Theater in Los Angeles.
in-person
Finally, I'm
event,
excited to
Summer
share that
Game
Summer
Fest
Game Fest will
next
return
year.
in June
That'd be cool.
2023.
We should go to
So
that.
digital
So he's going toe to toe with
in-person
E3
event
then,
to bring
depending on where the
gaming
timing is.
community together.
That's
Thanks for being part of Summer Game
that's a big
Fest.
deal.
And remember,
I
there
wonder
are more
where it's
events and
going to
announcements
be.
come. We'll see you soon.
Yeah, interesting.
I would guess Los Angeles. It could be anywhere, but I would guess Los Angeles just because that's where he's based.
Yeah.
And although, who knows these days where he's based? But he's like he's such a Canadian guy.
Birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Day of the Devs. Day of the Devs. What? You don't know what Day of the Devs is? Day of the Devs is the greatest and definitely the oldest independent games festival.
Should we turn
that
Tim
exists. It
Schafer
was
off?
started over 10 years
Yeah,
ago.
I love Tim Schafer, but I think we
Yes.
can we wrap
All
it up. The main
Yeah.
event is over.
I will go to the thing that you've created. This chatting window now. So, all right. Favorite game from the stream.
Favorite game from the stream.
Sorry, that
might have been the one with, what was it called, Recharged or something? The one that was probably announced 10 years ago.
Oh,
And it was like robot horror thing. That looked really good to me. Was it Recharged? I should have really written some of these down, but that's how it goes.
I didn't think of it either. Cuphead looked good.
Cuphead looked great. Callisto Protocol looks good.
Yes. Even though it's kind of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, I'm still psyched for that. So
Yeah, that's going to be great. And Game Pass Day 1 for that is just perfect.
So I actually have a deal out there for Game Pass. I don't know if you have that over there where you can buy Xbox Live and convert it for $1 into Game Pass for a really cheap price. So there's
I did not know.
Yeah, Microsoft came out with a deal where you can easily convert Game Pass into, or you can easily convert Xbox Live Gold into Game Pass for $1. And if you there's a lot of deals out there for Xbox Live Gold. There's one for a year for $24, around $24, and it's just like it's a ridiculous price for that. And then an extra $1, you just get Game Pass, which usually costs $45 per month. Anyways, so
that's huge, and I need to check if I can do that over here because my subscriptions run out. It's not run out; it just goes every month.
Yes, mine too.
And obviously, that's more expensive when you just have it ticking over. So I'm spending like $10.99 British pounds a month.
So
but to be fair, I had Game Pass like stocked up for like 3 years, so it was bound to run out eventually. But
right, so I'm gonna put that out on Twitter pretty soon. So that's
definitely. I would.
But that's one to look forward to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But overall, I think the show was, I know a lot of work goes into this, and you kind of restrained by what developers have to show and what they want to show, and obviously there's been the pandemic. I think that was weaker than last year's show.
Right.
Surprisingly.
Right, for something that had more time to come together.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's all about the exclusive. It's kind of like a PlayStation versus Xbox. Like the exclusives really sell it when if Kojima announces his game at the Xbox thing, that means like, oh, that's one to tune into on Sunday. So that's really where it's at. I know they had a bunch of world exclusives, but like I usually tweet things with so many people have notifications on. If it's not really big, it's really hard to justify tweeting about something. And it's like, do I tweet about this? Don't I tweet about it? Like it's definitely not E3. And it feels like E3 is broken up into so many different shows this year. That it's really hard to justify, a ton of coverage for it.
Yeah, and that's the other problem. Like publishers nowadays, as we've seen even this week, they want to do their own thing. Like, they're happy to give you a bit of Street Fighter 6, but Capcom wants to do its own showcase where we already know they're going to be showing Resident Evil 4 Remake. That's their biggest game.
Yeah,
they're not going to give that to Jeff to show off on his stage. So you get this cannibalization almost, and then that's why I think, Xbox's show should be good because they've obviously got so many cards in their hand that people want to see. And I think this is a really important year for Xbox. Obviously, they bought Bethesda and they bought Activision Blizzard, which is going to take a while to like settle in. But last year, there was just so many games that were shown, which were all just like CGI, and no gameplay. This is the year for me where it's like, show these games now. Like, let's see these games. Because we haven't had one first-party release so far this year from Xbox, which is really mad because last year, at the end of last year, I was like, they've done it. They finally got, like, you know, we had Flight Simulator, Psychonauts, Forza Horizon 5, and Halo Infinite all in the space of like 4 months. And I was like, this is the dream that Microsoft had been building, this straight to Game Pass, massive games, huge audience can play on PC or mobile or Xbox or through the cloud. And then it's just ground to a halt again. And it's really frustrating. I mean, Game Pass is obviously still fantastic, don't get me wrong, but they just need this cadence now. So we'll see.
When when they delayed games into next year, what was the game? Bethesda's game.
Yeah, Starfield.
Starfield, thank you. And also Redfall. When they delayed those two games, all of a sudden you saw the uproar about Game Pass, and it's like, is it worth it? Because like after Halo Infinite and Forza Horizon 5, it's like, oof, okay, what am I waiting for?
Mm-hmm.
And like a lot of indie fans still find it worth it, but yeah, it's a pretty barren year for Microsoft, and I really hope that what puts them over the top and what will get a lot of people to subscribe to Game Pass again is the number one thing I'm looking forward to, GoldenEye. If they announce GoldenEye, if they get, it's not really a development nightmare, it's more of a licensing nightmare. They are able to pull those licenses together because you got to involve Sony, you got Rare that needs to be on there developing it, even if it's in name only, and you stick it on another team. It has to be, have Rare sign off. And then you have Microsoft, and then you have, like, wherever that license is. I know it was, like, with Activision for a little while, and then EA.
Yeah.
Like, whoever has that license, you have to scoop that up and get that license from the company that owns, the firm that owns James Bond, basically.
Yeah. So, I think that would be a really great one just for a feel-good. So many people grew up playing GoldenEye.
Yes.
I know Halo's, celebrated as being the game that put FPSs on consoles, and it did in terms of like the dual stick controls and stuff. Like it set the standard for that. But GoldenEye was the first for me big FPS on consoles. So yeah, if they can bring that to Game Pass and it's got online, which would be huge if it had like decent online. Can you imagine playing that again, like knives only and slaps and paintball mode, big head mode? I don't know. I'm not saying it'll hold up perfectly well. It is an old game, but yeah, who wouldn't download that and play it for a bit? Yeah, for sure. But yeah, there's a lot of games they could show. I mean, there's Avowed that we've seen. There's Hellblade 2. There's State of Decay 3, which I think probably won't get shown, but that's far off. Obviously, Starfield, will we see any of that? Will we see any of Redfall?
Right. I think we'll see it just to hype up the games. But again, it's not coming out this year, and it's kind of like a big letdown. So. And
then you've got Fable, and you've got Everwild. There's it's not that they don't have games in Perfect Dark is another one. Mm-hmm. It's not that they don't have games in development. It's just they've announced these games far too soon.
Yes.
And then there's these huge periods of waiting, and then when we get close to them, they seem to be pushed back. And then there's a worry about development hell, and then it all comes out that certain people have left and stuff, which doesn't really indicate much, but it's not great. And yeah, I think they just keep running into the same problem. So hopefully it's just a solid showcase of, yes, you want those announcements to look forward to in the future, but you also need to be, what's coming very soon and what it gets me excited now. What's going to make me go, I need an Xbox this year, or I need an Xbox early next year. Even if Kojima game does come out, it's very unlikely it's going to be like, and it's this year.
Right.
So you want those long tail games, but you need something to yeah, I hope there's a few like straight into Game Pass. That's one thing they did really well last year. Again, we still haven't seen the fruits of that, but basically everything they announced was like Game Pass day one, Game Pass day one, Game Pass day one, which was awesome. But we just need to see some of these big titles now. We need some raw gameplay, as Jeff would put it.
Absolutely. Like you, I need to keep subscribing to Game Pass, and I need a reason for doing that. So seeing some day ones would be really great. I have a question for you. It's off topic, but I have a deal out there for Nintendo eShop gift cards, $99, a $99 gift card for $79, so $20 off, which is a great deal.
Wow.
Have you played the Nintendo Switch Online Plus expansion pack? Have you used that?
Yes, I have that. I laughed when they first announced it, and I was like, I'm never going to subscribe to this. It's really good.
Good.
Honestly, it's good. It's got better. One, because Nintendo are making more games with online built in.
Yes.
I mean, you've got Nintendo Switch Sports, you've got Mario Strikers, which is just coming out. You've got Advance Wars is going to have online. So it feels more, there's more reason overall just to have a Nintendo Switch Online subscription, because there's more games other than just like Smash Bros. Or Mario Kart, which are phenomenal games, don't get me wrong, but it always kind of felt like I only had my subscription just for those.
Right.
So to see Nintendo give you other reasons to play online is great. But the expansion pack, when it was just like N64 games and Sega Genesis games, I was just like, they're going to just drip feed it. They're going to take their time, but they've actually been really consistent, and they usually put a game a month in there. And some really surprising ones like Banjo-Kazooie. Like, again, that's been a licensing nightmare with Rare and stuff like that. And yeah, they were like, go for it. And the thing that I've really enjoyed is you can play N64 games and Genesis games, and you can play online with a friend. And that sounds, I mean, these games are obviously only designed to be played locally, but being able to play like Mario Tennis or Mario Golf online with a friend is really good. And you've got like save states, and you can just kind of cheese your way through these games, which used to be super hard when you were younger, which is kind of cool. But no, it's good. And I think they finally have a vision of what their online is, you know, because obviously Microsoft is Game Pass, Sony's now got its own strategy, but Nintendo's never really had anything. It's kind of like, we've got this app that no one uses, and the online was free, and now it's paid, but nothing's really changed. And here's a couple of, you know, NES and SNES games. But now it just feels, and they're adding DLC to the expansion pack as well. You've got the Mario Kart 8 DLC, which for me is a reason enough alone to probably go and get it. You got the Splatoon 2 DLC and the Animal Crossing DLC as well, which again, I think is basically one of those DLCs is nearly close to a year's subscription anyway.
Right.
So
that makes sense.
It's worth it.
Can you play Mario Kart 64 online with buddies?
Yes.
Okay, I'm buying this. I'm buying it. Like, that's the one thing I'm spending that $79 on, or really the $99. I'll have money left over because I think it costs $50. But totally worth it. I'm gonna buy it for that reason, because that's something that you can't get now. Obviously, GoldenEye's not part of that, but that'll make me subscribe to Xbox Game Pass Ultimate again. Yeah. So my thing has run out, so I need to get on board again. So
same. I need to. They'll probably be dropping. They usually do. It's usually only for new subscribers, but like you say, if you've got that workaround, that's a very nice thing to me to investigate myself. Yeah.
Because they did something that PlayStation is not going to do on June 13th, which is the relaunch of PlayStation Plus. They have PlayStation Plus Essential, Extra, and Premium, and I feel like it's not a bad deal, but it's not a great deal where Microsoft was like, everything converts, and actually you get to upgrade to this more expensive thing for $1. It's like, wow, that's a really big incentive to get new subscribers. Sony's like, yes, we're charging full price for everything. Like, it's double the price for PlayStation Premium, and there's no like, well, if you've been subscribed, you know, it's like 25% off for upgrading. Like, they don't have any of that. And in Hong Kong, when they first launched it, because they launched it in Asian markets outside of Japan first, people were getting charged a lot of money for, they had like a 3-year built up subscription, and that was the PlayStation Essential essentially, But they would
Nice.
they would have to upgrade to PlayStation Premium, but pay for all 3 years of it going forward. So it's like a huge, almost like a fine that you're having to pay. So eventually they said, "Oh, it was an error," but I don't think it was. I think they just basically.
I agree.
They wanted to get people to pay.
They had a small print. And
yes.
Errors don't have small prints, so
And customer service got back. Yes, that's what you have to do, and it's like that's not great. So, like, Microsoft is definitely not Sony in that regard.
No.
But hopefully, hopefully Microsoft brings it on Sunday, and we'll be back to talk about the show. Any last thoughts?
Any last thoughts? I think it's still interesting. One of the things I'm looking forward to potentially on Sunday, and I understand why it's not happening yet, but we're still seeing a lot of these games cross gen. So they're seeing a lot of them still coming out on PS4 and Xbox One, which is great because obviously the install bases of those consoles are massive. But there is part of me that's getting excited now for when it's just like this can only be done on PS5 and Xbox Series X.
And the game gets better too.
Of course it does.
Because they're built from the ground up for those systems. So I agree with you on that.
Yeah. So hopefully we'll see a couple more next gen. We can't call them next gen anymore, really. Current gen exclusives for Microsoft. But no, it was fun. Thank you for watching it with me and anyone else who's tuned in and left a comment. That's been great.
Yeah.
And definitely tune in for the Xbox One because it will be 100 times better in terms of announcements than Jeff.
This was nice as a test for our first stream together, and this is good. This is we got off to a good start, and then I'll blast it out on Twitter more on Sunday because that's the bigger stream, and we'll be back on Sunday. To get to some people's comments as we wrap up, Jay, Best Buy restock, I don't know. That is a good question. I think they've been switching up their strategy recently, but I'll get back to you to update that page on the shortcut if you're subscribed. And Justin, I just want to thank you for contributing to the chat more than anybody, so that was really nice. And Woodo, thanks for commenting. Thanks for anybody who's still here, and we'll be back on Sunday. So subscribe and turn on notifications. Adam, thanks for staying up beyond the requisite time for working hours. So thanks for doing
no
this.
problem. No worries.
Thanks for setting it up. All this is brought to you by Adam. This interface, this new.
It'll get smoother and better over time. But to be honest, this has gone incredibly well
I'm
because
surprised.
so many things can go wrong with OBS and live streaming. So
Oh
kudos to you setting up on your end.
Adam, you probably wouldn't be surprised if it was like, oh, we weren't live that entire time. You never know. All right. So
Who
it
knows?
happens.
Yeah.
All right. Have a great night, and I'll talk to you soon.